For many of us, Crystal Lake Central High School is an important part of our personal story as we begin to discover who we are and who we want to become. It's where traditions unite us and lifelong friendships begin, the unexpected moments that leave lasting impressions and memories that bring us right back. It's a place that offered us a sense of belonging, a connection to those around us and those who came before us as well. Behind these brick walls is a century's worth of stories. "100 years ago, on May 12th of 1924, Crystal Lake Central, or at the time, Crystal Lake Community High School, opened its doors. D.M. Ewing was the school's first principal, and H.A. Dean was the first superintendent. Athletic teams would begin to adopt a familiar name, the Tigers, in 1928, but names like Orange and Black and the Lakers were still used. The school would get its first major addition in 1929 after receiving voter approval for $72,000. Five years later, in 1934, the football field and track were built as a part of a second addition. In 1938, the first student council formed to represent the student body of 375. And in 1940, Crystal Lake Community High School would include nearly 40 faculty members. Crystal Lake Community High School would see its first state title when Paul Bian won the state discus championship in 1942. 9 years later, in 1951, the school would expand, doubling its size, as well as adding the field house. The next major addition would be in 1963, which added the west wing to the school. And in 1974, the school reached a milestone of 2,000 student capacity. Three years later, Sandy Dunning and Katie Waters would become D155's first ever female state champions in double tennis. Soon after, in 1978, Crystal Lake Community High School was renamed to Crystal Lake Central when a third D155 high school was built. In 1984, Cheryl Barral and Amy Ferraro teamed up to win the IHSA State Championship in dramatic duet acting. 3 years later, Bill Hepner, a Central graduate, would become D155's only McDonald's All-American basketball player. That same year, Mike Myers graduated from Central and went on to play Major League Baseball. In 1995, Central's boys cross-country team competed for a state championship.
When we got to the state meet, we were a footnote. There was York, Lockport, Schaumburg. Those are supposed to be the winners, and they gave us a footnote. You better look out for Crystal Lake Central too. They also might be a contender.
Probably winning the state championship. That's got to be up there as one of my favorite memories of all time.
The other team showed up in tuxedos expecting to take home the trophy. So winning the trophy that year against all those odds was brilliantly amazing.
The family atmosphere of the team was very strong. The bonds that we formed were very strong.
2 years after that, Elaine Bradley graduated from Central and became a drummer and vocalist for the band Neon Trees.
We're celebrating a 100-year anniversary here at Central High School, so when you think about the things that have happened in the world during the time that this building has been here, and the old adage of if these walls could speak or talk comes into play. You know, it's a school that saw the Depression, saw World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, going through that process of seeing things take place in the world, seeing the community of Crystal Lake grow from 20-some thousand people to over almost 50,000 people.
In 2004, Mike Myers won a Major League Baseball World Series ring with the Boston Red Sox. The same year, Sean Evans graduated, host of the popular show Hot Ones. Central's tradition of excellence in athletics and extracurriculars would continue to be recorded in our history books.
We were a part of the 2007 volleyball team. We won state that year, and we had a 42-0 record.
It was truly an amazing experience that, is not like anything else that I've ever had. And I think what I appreciated was how all of our friends and family kind of came together to support us through that amazing season.
The wrestling season was very grueling and intense, but made a lot of great memories through blood, sweat, and tears with my teammates, coaches, and family. The seasons instilled a lot of discipline and a lot of other great qualities that I use in my everyday life.
My favorite memory here at Central was being on the Crystal Lake Central dance team, performing at Friday night football games, competing with my friends at competition. A few years ago, I decided to come back to Central and coach the current dance team alongside 2 other alumni. So it's really surreal for us and an honor to coach the current dancers and help them make their high school experience as memorable as ours was.
We have 3 seasons, technically football, competitive, and basketball season. The main part of our cheer season is competitive, so that's when we have all these competitions throughout the entire December through like February, January, depending on how well we do.
Just in and out of practice, in and out of school, like you can really feel the friendships that you have and the strong bonds that you have with people.
So we had a pretty good season. We went undefeated in our conference, so we had a pretty strong start, and we just were able to carry that momentum pretty far. And I think this was the best team dynamic that we've had in a while by far. So it was just really fun being able to not only play with everyone, but hang out with everyone.
Honestly, it was just such a great experience. I mean, I'm as a freshman too. It was really nice to make relationships with everybody on the team, and that took us really far.
This school has changed in many ways over the past century. However, one thing that has remained constant over the last 100 years is the Tiger family that this school fosters.
Crystal Lake Central is very prideful and is built on integrity. The support system from the community, the coaches, the teachers, and the teammates is nothing like it.
I think the people are what makes Central my favorite place. I know I haven't been back in a long time, but that is the foundational part of who I am.
I think that Central's just unique too because it's been here for so many years, and there's just a lot of character to the school and to the community.
After spending 16 years here, there are a variety of opportunities to have wonderful memories, and they're all basically around kids. State championships, the musicals, and of course the graduations, and probably most importantly as a father, having our 4 children graduate from Crystal Lake Central during my time here.
Having 4-generation families here, and every time asking students when I go into classrooms how many of them have had a parent or grandparent attend Crystal Lake Central, and every time 3 to 4 students raise their hands, if not more, is pretty amazing. And what that tells me is that those parents and grandparents had such a great experience here. They moved back into the community and wanted their children to have the same experience they have. And that just speaks volumes to the community that we're part of here.
So we have 4 generations. My grandmother, Evelyn Antel, was 1934, and her sister, Sylvia, graduated in 1937. And then my mother graduated in 1958, Kathy, she was the only child. And then Terry and her 6 siblings all graduated from Crystal Lake Central, and she was in 68. Yay. And then I graduated in 1990, and my 6 siblings, Sean, Tim, Dan, Mike, Terry, and Maureen all graduated from here. And then Jason's siblings, which he brought up, all graduated from here. And then these 3 are the 4th generation from our family that are graduating from here.
It's always just been a place of, from when I was small, coming here for different events, like we would make if they had the spring musical, we made a night of it. Our whole family would go, even if we didn't go to school here yet. It just feels very home-like. It's just something I'm used to coming here. And then when the kids went here, it was again coming back for their events. It's just a place I've always been really comfortable with going to.
The camaraderie and the tradition, just walking around the school, all the pictures, showing the kids the pictures of their great-grandmother, their great-aunts, their grandparents. Tiger Pride runs deep in this family.
This building, this school, this community is our connection to each other. No matter if you graduated from Crystal Lake Central 50 years ago or if you're just beginning, your high school journey, whether you've decided to stay in Crystal Lake or move away. No matter where life may take you, just remember, once a Tiger, always a Tiger.